So you push back on your kickstand, push up, get it up close to your tire. Puts that a little slight angle here. It's fairly close to the tire. And now you can oil your chain. If you want to remove your wheel, you can loosen these before you lift it, because you're going to need a lot of leverage. And then after that, you can lift it and then take it off. I'm going to go ahead and shake it. It's pretty sturdy. Don't put your fingers underneath it. Give it a good shake before you do anything with it. Feels pretty good. I'm giving it about a 25, 30 pound shake. 25 pounds of pressure maybe in each direction. If you're on a slick surface like smooth concrete, you're going to need something non-stick to put underneath your kickstand. But here in the grass, it will not slide. So you got to consider that. So obviously you're going to test it before you do any work. So you just push on it, stick this underneath, and you can leave it like that. And then when you're done, just take it out, and you're good to go. I'll show you the strap on the front brake. This is just a piece of hook and loop. I got a big roll of it. Came in a 3-pack with 3 different sizes. I think this one's 3/8 and 1/2 inch and 1 inch. I'll show you the box that I bought. Not sure how much that cost. I'll find out. But you don't need that much. You just need a little piece. Okay, I'm going to do the front tire. I increased the length, so I put the whole I guess the whole plug 2 more notches down, tightened it up here. So here we go. I got the motorcycle in gear so it doesn't roll backwards. So in gear for the front tire and front brake for the rear tire. But here we go. Okay, so if you need to replace your front tire, you would loosen up first, because you don't want to unloosen anything that's really tight when it's in the air. And then you can take your wheel off. Okay, so I'm going to explain how I made this and why. And I will show you all the parts that I used, and I purchased all these off of Amazon. And the reason I'm just showing you this, there's lots of videos out there like, making these things. But most of them are about going to the thrift shop or having a pair of crutches at home. But instead of running around town trying to look for crutches, you can just go ahead and order this off of Amazon. Okay, so from here on out, I'm going to do a voiceover and speeding up the video. Just took too long. So just showing you the crutch trail stand right there. These are the hook and loop, not Velcro, but hook and loop straps. You can cut them to any length. Those are 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch. So I got cut off there. I'm not good at editing YouTube here. So that was 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch on those hook and loop straps. And that's where I put it on the smaller pipe. If you wrap it really tight, it's not going to go anywhere. It'll slip around at that one spot, but it shouldn't come off. And basically that's it. I mean, there's the top of the crutch there, the handle. When you cut these, you need to use a file to get the sharp edges off, or a sandstone or sanding stone. And make sure you use some liquid soap if you're going to use the 3/4 on the bigger 7/8. Again, this is do it yourself. excuse me, that's, you know, do at your own risk. So keep that in mind. And definitely, there's my measurement for the rear from the actual pick point to the floor. And that's the one for the front, 13.5 inches. So if your motorcycle's shorter and you use my measurements, you could theoretically cut it a little shorter later. But don't cut too short. You only have one shot at it. There's the original foot. If you use 2 thumbs, you can get it off. It takes some effort. 2 strong thumbs. So if you want to use the original foot and then get a 7/8, which is the correct size for the big pipe, they're more money. And some of them go up to $50, so maybe they're really good. It's up to you on that one. So I really like the 3/4 when I got them. And they come in 2 in a box. It's common to have 2 per order. I guess you can get 1 if you really research it, but you're probably not going to save any money. So I went ahead and used both. Replaced the original foot and then put that foot up there. Okay, so here's the bigger 7/8. This is the correct size. If you want that number, it's right there. I didn't like these because they're cupped. And they're not quite as sticky or rubbery as the 3/4 I bought. They're more expensive too. But it's the correct size, so if you want to use it. If I was using it on the motorcycle, I guess I would have the cupped end up towards the motorcycle because your pick point may not be flat anyway. So you can go with that. Keep the original foot that came with the cane and then buy the 2-pack of the 7/8. And here's how it comes apart. Don't lose this gasket that's in here. That's like a compression nut there. If you did lose it or whatever, I don't think it's a big deal. That gold button is really what's holding the crutch. But it's nice to have both on there for extra safety. And then here's the measurements for me. This is my motorcycle. It's 11 9/16 for the smaller pipe after I cut off the foot. So I ended up making 2 cuts. I cut off, that's the piece I threw away because I didn't have the exact measurements down when I made my first cut. So maybe this will help you out if you have the exact same motorcycle. This is the bigger pipe. I'll give you the measurements on that one. You can see here it's going to be 7 13/16 inch. Not sure what that is in metric. Sorry if you're using metric, but you should be able to convert that pretty easy. So there's a closer look. And that's pretty much it. If you want to use my measurements, otherwise don't go too short because you can't increase your length, but you can always reduce the length. Using my measurements on my motorcycle, if yours does not match, and mine's longer, go ahead and use my measurements to start, and then you can cut it shorter later. But once you go too short, you can't go long. So that's pretty much it. And there'll be some links below. There's going to be a small commission if you use that link. Otherwise, you can use the the part numbers that I've shown you in the video. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching.